Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we have a free way to find out if a TENS unit can actually help your pain.
Sure.
And if you don't know what TENS unit is, we're actually going to explain that too. We're going to have the full package here.
Right. It's you want to say TENS because if you say the full name, it's quite a mouthful, but we'll give it to you.
Yeah, we'll do it. But before we do that, if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you get a chance, you're going to want to go over to the Facebook and like us for a number of reasons. One, it's Bob and Brad. We are going to be doing a giveaway, a weekly giveaway for 7 weeks where we're going to be giving away really cool products.
Yep, now, this is 2018, between now and Christmas time.
That's right. We're going to get you prepared for Christmas in case you need that gift for that loved one.
There you go.
So, all right. We'll send some positive vibes your way too. Okay, what is TENS? TENS is transcutaneous electrical neuromuscular stimulation. Mouthful. But basically what it is, it's a little electrical device. This is really a little electrical device that actually can provide some stimulation, and it can do one of two things. One is what they call the gate theory. And we're going to go ahead and show it on this board here. I'm going to bring this board over.
The big picture is it's going to help reduce your pain without medication.
Right. That's especially in this day of age of where we're having so much trouble with opioids and such.
We need some good alternatives.
We need some good alternatives. So let's say, you hurt your thumb here, and this is you hit your thumb with the hammer, the classical hammer, right?
Then that hurts a lot.
Yeah. The pain signal goes up to your brain, and you process it as pain.
Right. Looking at this neurologically, it's pretty basic, but that's a good.
So when you use a TENS unit, which is electrical, neuromuscular stimulator unit, and we're going to show you some examples.
Right.
That's one example right there. It actually cuts off that pain pathway. It's called gating.
Right.
So you can actually, you'll feel less pain or maybe no pain at all, depending on how well it works.
Right. And oftentimes with this, after the device you use it for a half hour, you can turn it off, and it continues to have a similar effect.
Yeah. So even when the device is no longer working, it's still, you're getting the benefit of pain relief.
Right.
It can also stimulate your natural endorphins.
Now you're talking, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the things throughout your body that produces.
Make you feel good.
Right.
So,
but there's no negative side effects. It's just, like that runner's high.
Right. So why is it that, again, these are great for chronic pain, arthritis, again, a great alternative to pain pills. Anybody who's, having long-term pain, this is a great device for that.
Right.
I think we all said that already, right?
Yeah, carry on, Bob.
All right, so what iReliev is the name of this company, and what they provide is a free mini wireless TENS unit. Brad has on right now.
Right.
So it's a very small device, and as he turns it up, I think Brad and I were both very surprised how powerful this is.
Yeah, it is. It's there's an on-off button here. It's very simple.
See his hand pulling up like that? He's not doing that. I mean, the machine is doing that.
Right.
See how his hand is moving?
Right. So it's set up an interval. It goes on and off every few seconds. And, right there, it's on. I can feel the stimulation. It just feels like pins and needles, a little tickling. But because I have it set on a motor point, the muscles are actually responding to it. I could move this to a different part where the muscles wouldn't do that if you don't want to have that happen. And it depends on the location of the pain. This might be good for a tennis elbow.
Right, exactly. Or if you have your shoulder. It's nice because you can see it's very small. And you can actually have it underneath your clothing. And it's a great way to determine, is TENS right for me or for you?
So literally, this is something iReliev. It's free. You'd have to pay for shipping.
You have to pay for shipping and handling, which is a minimal charge, but you get the device for free. And a lot of people ask, why do they send it to us for free?
Right.
Well, they're hoping you're going to find out it works, and then you're going to go ahead and upgrade to one of their devices, because this isn't something you want to use, for months.
Right.
You're going to want to find one of their devices that you actually could put on and use on a daily basis.
Right.
You can, a lot of them come with the device like this, and you put it in your pocket. It's got leads that go up to the pads, and the pads can be, you know, again, underneath the clothing. It can all
Right.
be hidden.
Right.
But they, you know, I'm going to kind of talk about the different generation here, Brad. So the first device, you know, the ones that we're used to is, you know, it's got the device, but it comes with batteries. So you have to always change the batteries.
Right. 3 AAA batteries are in there, I believe.
Yeah. So then, you know, they went up to the 8080, which is a device that you can actually recharge. So you don't have to worry about using batteries. You can just recharge it.
Sure.
So that's a nice feature. They also have, so they have the TENS unit, and they also have muscle stimulation.
Right. So it's a little stronger unit, and this one is, you know, some people don't need much, or depending on where you put it, but if you really want the muscles to contract, you need a little more power, and that's what that one is.
So like, let's say after you have a stroke and you're trying to regain some of those muscles,
Right.
you can use the muscle stimulator, or athletes use the muscle stimulator.
Right.
So, and then you can get up to one where you actually have this unit, but they have no wires. They actually have the pads that are separate on
Right.
their own.
The wireless unit, which is really nice, because these wires can be inconvenient. They get in the way sometimes. So the wireless one, that's a whole new thing. I've never heard of those until they came out with it.
These guys,
so.
they're on the cutting edge of these TENS unit
Right.
field. So
Did you mention the one that has the rechargeable battery?
Oh, did I skip that one?
I think so.
I think I did jump over that. So
Right.
yeah, that's one of them that actually has a rechargeable battery, and it does the EMS and the TENS too.
Right.
So the electrical.
So they
muscle stimulator.
continue to improve this, make them more convenient, you know, more powerful. They're going to last longer.
But it all starts with the mini TENS. You know, you can give it a try. It doesn't need a prescription.
Right.
There is a couple of contraindications. You know, if you have a pacemaker, or if you have a defibrillator.
Right.
If you're pregnant.
You have to put it over healthy skin.
Yeah.
You don't want to put it over an area that has a sore or a rash or something of that nature. It has to be healthy.
They don't want it under children who are under age 16.
Sure.
They don't want to have it,
Right.
for obvious reasons. So
yeah, you really cannot go wrong. You can use this, again, free just for shipping, and it really is. I mean, I can attest to it just as I'm using it right now. It's got plenty of power to find out if it's going to work. You can take it from one area of the body, put it to another. I used this driving on my back. One day I drove for a half hour with it on. It worked out really well. I'm impressed with it. This is, I don't impress real easy, Bob, for stuff like this.
I was surprised too, because when they said this, I'm like, this thing is not going to be very powerful. I go, it's going to give people a bad impression of TENS because it's not going to work very well.
Right.
But for the little device, it works really
Right.
well. And these going to work better, I mean, because
Right.
you can cover larger areas.
The
and stuff.
battery on this is one of the little pancake batteries that you
Sure.
put in your watch or whatever. That's why they don't last real long. That's the biggest difference. I think one of the big ones is these have much more battery power, longer life, a little more power.
Yeah. All right. Thanks
Wow.
everybody for watching, and make sure, remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
Except for,
A broken heart.
I don't know, no, we couldn't use,
No, that wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work.
Thanks.